Good morning, golfers. Welcome to the Ladies' Tee, your show for all golf talk. We are broadcasting live from the busy Bethpage Golf Shop. Very busy today. I think everybody's trying to get out early with this heat in the Northeast. I'm your host, Megan Youngman, LPGA professional and director of instruction at Bethpage Black here in Farmingdale, New York. Alongside me today is Dr. Jeff Poplarski, our director of sports and performance here at Bethpage, and a very special guest, Diane Mock, whom has been the WMGA board of directors and a chair for the WMGA Foundation. But her favorite role, which we're going to get into a little bit later, was junior girls chair for 8 years, and the junior girls, she was phenomenal. They even tagged her as Mama Mock for her enthusiasm and passion for her girls golf, and they were so successful, and I can't wait to dig a little deeper with you. We're gonna talk a little bit more about that in our second segment. But Diane, it's so nice to have you today.
Oh, Megan, I'm excited to be here talking to you today about the WMGA Foundation and what we can do for junior girls golf.
That's so exciting. Well, we met prior.
We have met before.
It's a random meeting.
Yes, I came on June 1st to your introduction to women's golf with a friend from New Jersey, and you taught me something about my putting stroke that it never dawned on me before, and I actually utilized it all the time now. But you are an excellent instructor, and I just want to thank you so much. But the first time I met you, I was actually
I won't ever forget this.
I was in my Wonder Woman costume.
Yes, that's
and
why
the reason I did that was my own club, Indian Hills in Northport. The gals there are amazing. We had a Wonder Woman versus Supergirl Ladies' Day, and I didn't have enough time to change, so I zipped over here and met you all in my Wonder Woman uniform. And I was a little crazy, and I'm not crazy.
Well, the best part of that was I have this group of ladies in front of me, and you're in there, and I'm looking around and talking to everyone and trying to stay focused, and I see my eyes keep coming back to you because you are dressed head to toe like Wonder Woman, and I'm thinking, did she do that for this clinic? And I think it made it very fun.
Well, I believe that golf is fun, and I thought, you know what, they've got a lot of new girls there, and let them see, the brilliance of golf and how much fun it can be.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure you got a lot of great questions, from a lot of those players too, and you could probably share a little bit with them about, you being a golfer yourself. I mean, that was a new golfer clinic, right?
It was, and
that was the Lexus sponsored event, right?
It was Lexus, and the MGA actually put it on, and I came as a representative of the WMGA just to settle in and be part of it.
That's great. That's great. Well, Jeff, we have some fantastic news about our very own Kelly Brook. I really want to brag a little bit about her. I'm our whole team is super proud of her because this is something that she's been wanting for quite a while and really training. So our director of golf here at Bethpage, Kelly Brook, qualified Thursday for the U.S. Senior Women's Open. She's been working so hard, and I know how badly she wanted this. You can tune into our show, Faults to Fixes, at 8:30 a.m., and we're going to talk a little bit more in depth. But, Jeff, you have some news for us about that U.S. Women's Open.
Yeah, sure. I was dialed into the MGA website the other day. I actually texted Kelly, and I was watching, hole by hole what was going on, and she was in the clubhouse at +5. And I'm like, maybe she's not going to get in. And then pleasantly surprised, I went back on the site, and she made it. And I was like, this is unbelievable.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so the news is, for Kelly, if she's listening, is that the USGA had reached out to me also, knowing that I am the wellness director for the men's side. They're asking me to do the Senior Open. So we're going to be up there, Kelly and myself, as a team, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I think, she's on top of her profession, from the golf standpoint, and I'm on my top of the profession from the medical standpoint.
Well, and with each other, you've been doing a lot of work on her body.
Yeah, certainly doing that. So it's going to be a great situation there for both of us, and hopefully we could capitalize this and make her make the cut and do well, and who knows where that would lead to. So I'm looking forward to it. But I do, Megan might need a couple of days off from the junior junior camp. We have to talk about that.
We'll see.
Dr. Jeff, can I borrow you too?
Yeah.
That's right. I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody sees him and says, hey, Dr. Jeff. Well, you just came back from the 2021, the men's U.S. Senior Open in Omaha. How was it?
It was great. What I told everybody is you have to be an expert in gerontology the study of aging.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
and obviously I'm an aging athlete myself, so I'm kind of living some of these ailments that the golfers have. But it's probably my favorite event, you know, because it's my peers, the age group, and you know the arthritises and the back problems, and you know we were very, very popular out there. We had Extend Track out there, and our numbers were off the chart. We broke records as far as treatments out of 22 years, or 20 years really, on the U.S. Open side, 22 years in total with them. But we saw more people than we've ever seen there, and they're very, very appreciative there. And we actually had a couple of players that were in the run for winning. Unfortunately, they didn't. And a lot of them, too, they come to me like, if I win this thing, you know, everybody's going to know about you and what you did here. And that's pretty powerful.
It's very powerful.
Yeah, so I'm
Yep.
like, you know, I need that. I
Yep.
need that. I remember working with Vijay Singh in Torrey Pines in 2008, and he told me that the same thing. He said, if I win this thing, the whole world's going to know who you are. Unfortunately, he missed the cut.
Darn it.
So that
Next
didn't work.
time.
That didn't work out too good. But yeah, but it was a great week. Omaha, you know, was spectacular. Obviously, Omaha Steaks.
Yeah.
You got to have Omaha Steaks there.
Yep.
And that's Warren Buffett country, so we wound up taking a tour near his house. We saw where he lived. We saw his favorite restaurants. He's a simple man. He's not extravagant at all. He's worth over $100 billion. So that was actually pretty refreshing to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. You know, I always look forward to when you come home from these events because you always have a story for me. So what would have been one of the coolest things that happened to you?
Yeah, you know, I'm not going to mention the story. I'm not going to mention the player, but it is a story.
Okay.
And, you know, what I tell people at these U.S. Opens, you know, we're basically a mobile unit, you know, and I got to act like, you know, a podiatrist, an orthopedic, a chiropractor, physical. You never know what you're going to get. And a player came in with a corn on the bottom of his foot.
You're not going to tell us who it is?
You know, I don't want to.
No, he doesn't say names.
I don't want to say that. And I'm looking. I'm like, Corn, I do have a podiatrist in New York in my office, so I called him really quick. I'm like, what should I do with this? You know, and the player, I said, listen, you should go to a local podiatrist in Omaha. And he's like, I'm not doing that. I'm going to be on the course in like an hour. You do it. Do what you got to do. So I'm in the business now removing corns on the bottom of the feet. So it was pretty easy. Take a little razor blade, shave it down, little scalpel, throw some betadine, a nice, you know, bandage on it.
Yeah, do you have to put a lot of cushion on that?
Yeah, and a little cushion underneath that. And they were on their way, and they were very, very grateful. And you know, as soon as he got up and put the pressure, the pain goes away right away.
That's great.
I don't know if you ever had a corn. I never did, but it's very painful.
Well, especially for a golfer.
Yeah, pinpoint pressure right on the foot. So I will tell you this: he was a top 10 golfer.
Ah, there you go. Top 10 in the tournament.
In the field, yeah, in the field, yeah.
At the end.
Yeah.
Okay, we're dialing it in. We'll figure it out by the end of this segment.
But you never know what we're going to get. It's just we really touch a lot of people's lives. We had another story. We had another top 10 players. Girlfriend rolled her ankle watching. You know, now think about that. The guy's out on the course. The girlfriend rolls the ankle, you know, in the fourth hole. He's really concerned. She comes back to me, you know, in a golf cart. Now I have to deal with that ankle. We taped it up, wrapped it up, iced it, and then we brought her back out to the course. 5 holes later, and now the boyfriend sees her. You know how he feels. He's feeling like, wow, she's okay.
Yeah.
And he came up to me right after that and said, wow, thanks a lot. And he was a top 10 player, too.
Well, those things are super important because I guess we forget that you're not just there for the players. You're there for the caddies, the families, you know, anybody who's involved in the event.
Yeah. Last story.
Yeah, go.
Absolute last story. It wasn't this year. I think we've had 7 lactating females that have called me, and you know, during the again, we don't know again. They're like, listen, we need a private room, and I have massage rooms, and I'm like, all right, go in the back and do what you got to do.
Hey, I've been there.
So yeah, exactly. So now we always have a quiet room just for that, just in case. You know, it's an unusual thing that you see, but
I don't know if it is that unusual. You probably
especially
need to prepare to have a lot of that.
The Europeans,
right.
It's very. It's
common.
Yeah,
right.
very common, more so than the American population, for sure.
Right. Well, I tell you what, this back to the tournament with the U.S. Senior Women's Open. Everybody can catch that live on the Golf Channel on the 31st of July through the 1st of August from 2 to 5 p.m. on the Golf Channel. It is held at Brooklawn Country Club, in Fairfield, Connecticut. Super excited to watch that and see our girl on the screen. We are going to take a quick commercial break. We will be back after this.
Spine Care Technologies is an amazingly innovative medical device company. Their flagship product, the Extend-Track Elite, is world-renowned among pain management centers, sports medicine experts, physical therapists, and chiropractors. Spine Care Technologies is dedicated to improving sports performance by relieving acute, chronic back pain and its disabling effects. The Extend-Track Elite is FDA cleared, non-surgical, drug-free, and has been praised by health professionals around the world for its excellent clinical results in treating low back pain. Learn more at spinecaretechnologies.com.
The all-new Hyperflex from FootJoy is tuned for golf, with every detail designed and developed with the golfer in mind. Starting at the top, it looks awesome. The fresh material on the upper provides a great fit that forms to your foot and is fully waterproof. Next, the all-new Rapid Fit system ensures a dialed-in, precision fit, wrapping your foot in complete security. It offers incredible comfort with the new Stratofoam midsole, coupled with the OptiFlex outsole so that the shoe and the foot move in unison, whether walking or swinging. Available now in laced and the new Rapid Fit system. Shop now at footjoy.com.
Hey, have you guys seen the new TaylorMade driver? Introducing the TaylorMade Sim 2. Built differently around a forged aluminum ring that shifts weight in new ways. They made it so long and forgiving, golfers can't wait for their next chance to tee off. Sim 2 gives every golfer the confidence to swing away every time they step up to the tee. Only from TaylorMade.
Welcome back. Now we get to dig in a little bit deeper with Diane about Girls to the Tee. Diane Mock, thank you so much for being here. We do also have a special guest calling in. He's not only a decorated playing and teaching professional, a top 100, but he actually created Girls to the Tee, which we're highlighting today. Gary, are you with us?
I am.
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you for having me, Megan, and Diane. It's good to speak to you as well.
I've got your buddy here.
Yes, hi, Gary.
So, yep. So, as junior chair, Diane was in charge of the WMGA's junior team in the intercity competition between their sister associations in Pennsylvania and Massachusetts, and they won 7 Enos Cups. I mean, how did you do that?
I don't know. It was all the girls, and just a lot of camaraderie and a lot of talent.
Oh, absolutely.
But Gary created Girls to the Tee, and he can speak about that a little bit and how that came about.
It came through myself and another lady with the MGA called Nancy Reese, and she approached me about how she'd love to see something for girls in the area. The main intention was to try and grow the game and allow most clubs back then had maybe 1 or 2 girls playing golf, and we wanted to show other girls that there was lots of people like them playing golf. So we put together Girls to Tee at Westchester Country Club. And
how long, Gary? Let me interrupt. How long ago was this? When was this?
12 years
11
ago.
years
12?
ago. 12
wow.
years ago. Sorry.
Yep.
Yep. And it's grown ever since then. And we've had multiple success stories, just girls that came along at 6, 7, 8 years old and now have gone on to play high school golf. Multiple girls gone on to play college golf. So hopefully it's had a very positive influence just on growing the game for young girls.
Absolutely. So much of this is needed. I just had a picture sent to me from my high school of of our team back when I was in high school. And thinking back, here we held an LPGA tournament in my town, but we never had girls golf in Ohio, in the state. we didn't have a girls golf. We had golf, but we didn't have high school golf for girls, which was crazy. So I'm looking at this picture, and actually when they sanctioned it finally, we won the first 3 state championships. My team did, which was also nuts, right?
Right.
And now there was another picture sent to me of now in their golf locker room, that they have a golf locker room, and there's 16 bags in there waiting, Sun Mountain bags waiting for the new team to come in.
Fantastic.
I mean,
things have changed.
and back then
haven't
we
they?
were trying to use tees that broke on the ground and just try to get recognized at all with our rickety clubs and everything. And now, thanks to programs like Gary has put together, and had such an influence on. Thanks, Gary. I mean, that for girls golf, these girls don't even know how lucky they were.
It's funny. We were a pioneer in this. I mean, we were one of the first all-girls golf clinics in the metropolitan area. And even, reporters had said that to me, like, do you realize that you were the first? I mean, now everybody's doing it. But, Gary, thank you so much for what everything Westchester Country Club has done. Mm-hmm. And now we're branching out, and we're going to have 3 Girls to the Tee clinics in August.
Oh, that's great.
So
do you run them all season?
we're just having 3 in August, and it's on a Monday. So
How old are these girls?
We're accepting 6 to 18 years old. So
Great.
it's all levels of play. If you don't have clubs, we have them available for you. So moms, dads, grandparents, if you have a junior girl that you see, she has an interest in learning, tell her to bring a friend, and she will see a sea of 100 bags and girls in pink and purple at Westchester Country Club on the 30th of August.
So what does a clinic look like? What do you do?
Gary, maybe you could answer that one.
Yeah, we normally just divide people into age groups. We normally have at Westchester we'll have at least 12 volunteer PGA professionals.
Oh wow!
So we'll sign.
Great.
We'll kind of put them into groups of 25, and we make 4 stations. We have a chipping station, we have a long game station, and we have a putting station. We actually have 2 hitting stations, and we'll do some drivers, we'll do some hitting. But there's a lot of good clinic style instruction, and I've got to give a big thanks to all the PGA volunteers we've had over the years. There's probably, Diane, I would think over 50 different people in the last 12 years. Yeah.
Yes, and they're doing it on their day off on a Monday. And, especially at the end of the season, it's rather tough, as you know, as an LPGA professional instructor. Right. We do have LPGA
but that's
instructors
the passion
as well.
project, right?
Yes.
That's the passion project that all of us, we have a JOB every day.
Right.
But that kind of thing to get involved in, it really is what we're here for to begin with.
Megan, it's so great to hear that. And it's actually one of my favorite days of the year, other than Christmas and my kids' birthdays.
And any day that you can dress up like Wonder Woman.
Yes.
So how long does this clinic go for? Is this an hour? Is it 2 hours?
No, it lasts for 3 hours. We start registration from 12:30, and we go from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. It's always been a hot time of year. We give one of my favorite times of the clinic is when we give them a 20-minute break every hour. But when you see those girls all gathered together, sitting on the grass, eating their snacks, and they're all strangers, and they look like they've been best friends forever.
I think that's the best part of it.
That's one of my most favorite parts of the clinics, and.
See, I love it that you say that, Gary. I love that. Girls especially need the social component. We lose a lot of our girls the minute that they turn around 12, 13, when their lives become a little bit more social outside of the house. And when they can have golf friends, they're more likely to stay in the game.
Exactly.
Without a doubt. Right. And that's a big part of what we were trying to achieve from the early days was to show that there are lots of other girls out there like you. And Diane's comment about bring a friend, that's been very important as well.
Oh, I love that. Love that.
Yeah. We don't care what skill level. We want complete novices, but we've attracted some very skillful golfers as well. So it's been very positive.
Great.
And we've got great response from. I'd like to just a quick shout out to my club, Westchester Country Club. Obviously, very, very, very busy, active club. They give up this Monday every year at no cost, and they do it just with joy. They really love this program. And so I'm very lucky to have we're very lucky to have the supporting of a facility like that as well, which is great news.
And we're lucky to have you, Gary. Thank you so much, and all your PGA professionals that come and teach and give up their time. As I said, it's one of my favorite days of the year. And when you do see it in person, we have volunteers on the foundation board and on the WMJ board that come and help register, and it's an awesome sight. And thank you, Gary, so much. But
Okay, you're welcome.
How can we sign up?
Well, actually, registration is online right now at www.wmga.com, and you click on the link for Girls to the Tee, and there are 3 clinics this year in August. The first one is going to be at Baltusrol Golf Club in Springfield, New Jersey, on Monday, August 2nd, from 3 to 5. We also this year, for the first time, we're going to have a Girls to the Tee clinic free of charge, as you know, at Eisenhower Park Golf Course, and that will be on Monday, August 23rd, from 1:30 to 4:30, and that's in Westbury. And of course, the last one is Westchester Country Club, August 30th, from 1 to 4 on the range at Westchester Country Club, and you can just sign up on our website, WMGA.com, and click on Girls to the Tee. You can come to one, you can come to all.
Great.
But at Westchester, we expect about 100 girls.
Oh, fantastic.
Baltusrol will probably have 40, and maybe Eisenhower Park, we might cap it at 45. But
Great.
please sign your girls up, and it's going to be a great day.
Okay, WMGA.com. You know how to sign up. We're going to take a short commercial break. Thanks again, Gary, for being on the line. We'll talk to you again.
Thank you.
If you suffer from low back pain, joint stiffness, or sciatica due to herniated disc or acute facet joint problems, you need to know about a spine therapy device called ExtendTrack Elite. ExtendTrack Elite incorporates multi-axis spinal positioning, traction, and joint and soft tissue mobilization. Your doctor or therapist can use ExtendTrack Elite to move your body into pain-relieving, therapeutic positions that keep your body relaxed as your spine is mobilized. Learn more about ExtendTrack Elite at SpineCareTechnologies.com.
Ever hit that one perfect iron shot and think, well, that's the one shot that will keep me coming back? Well, why does it have to be one shot? Why can't it be 5, 10, or even 50 shots that keep you coming back? That was TaylorMade's inspiration when they designed the all-new TaylorMade Sim 2 irons. Their unique catback design is engineered for more forgiveness, more distance, more often. Feel what it's like to play with better irons with the all-new Sim 2s from TaylorMade.
FootJoy sets the standard for golf shoe performance and style in 2021 with the all-new Premier Series, inspired by golf shoes of the past, but supercharged for today's game. Designed in collaboration with the world's best players like Justin Thomas, Adam Scott, and Max Homa, the Premier Series features classic styling with premium waterproof leathers and great details that exude craftsmanship. That is complemented by state-of-the-art comfort and performance features like the VersaTrax Plus outsole. Learn more about the Premier Series at FootJoy.com. Hey golfers! Most of you have heard about the Championship Golf Course at Bethpage Black, but it surprises me how many people don't know that there are 4 other courses. Not everyone needs to be a scratch golfer to play at Bethpage. The other 4 courses are set up for beginners, women, juniors, and high handicappers alike. After golf, visit our 4,000 square foot pro shop where every item down to golf balls are logoed with the Bethpage Black logo. Visit BethpageGolfCourse.com for more info or to shop online.
Hey, welcome back. We had some great conversation just a few minutes ago with Gary Ware and then Diane Mock. And Jeff, we were just talking during the break about that corridor for women's golf.
Yeah, 95, Interstate 95 that goes all the way to Florida and Maine. But the Metropolitan 95, you're going to have the women's amateur at Westchester Country Club. And you're also going to have the women's senior U.S. Open up in Fairfield, Connecticut. So it's all going to be about women's golf in the next month in the tri-state area. Just a couple of things about that Broadlawn, a massive clubhouse, 60,000 square foot clubhouse, one of the biggest clubhouses in the country. I would say Congressional down in D.C. is probably a bigger one, but very, very hilly. Very, very hilly course. I already talked to the USGA reps. That's why they're bringing me in. They're like, listen, there's going to be a lot of issues here with the course. So hopefully Kelly's getting in even better shape, because that's going to be a really, really tough walk, especially with the heat too.
Yeah, I'm pretty much about to tell her no lessons until this is.
Yeah.
I don't want you watching anybody else's swing, and just focus on yourself until this is over.
Yeah, exactly. And this Broadlawn is also, again, talking about women's golf. It hosted the 79 Women's U.S. Open,
Yeah.
and it had a women's junior an event there. So a lot of history in one of the original courses in the USGA membership. So 1896 it started. So for the New York people, it's an hour,
Right here.
hour and 15 minutes
Well,
away.
you and I just talked about
Yep.
we're gonna hopefully head up that Sunday together.
Yeah, that would be fun, and it's going to be a great week for great month for women's golf.
Great month for women's golf.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you had mentioned about the girls' golf and just how busy.
Yeah, well, the
that
women's
country
am at
club
Westchester,
is,
we were
right?
going to say.
Yes.
The women's
Yeah.
am?
Yes.
Did you mention that?
Yes.
Yes, and that's why Girls to the Tee was switched to the end of the month in August, because
Well, that's a
Westchester
busy
is hosting.
place.
Yes.
And you got to fit it all
the
in, though.
women's amateur.
There's
Right.
always a way.
So
right?
we're really pleased that we're going to have this clinic at the end of August.
Well,
Girls
great.
to the Tee.
Yep, yep. Well, I just don't want to leave our audience hanging, because this is usually my favorite segment called Let's Hit It. It's where I hit issues that affect all golfers, so I'm at least going to get one question in, hopefully, before we have to finish and wrap up today. I had a student that actually had the same exact question yesterday, which was kind of ironic. But Leilani, who actually sent this to me, any tips for playing a round solo for the first time? I thought that was a very great question, because not many women will do that.
I learn a lot when I play alone.
I love playing alone, but a lot of women will say to me, well, no, I couldn't imagine people play alone, and I say, well, actually, it's probably probably going to be the best round of your life if you get a chance to not be paired up
Why
with
is that?
anybody. It's so great though, because I would Leilani, I would encourage you to certainly enjoy the quiet time. If you are so lucky to get a round in completely alone, I definitely suggest a couple things. Play 2 balls and have 2 scores. That's something that can help you out. Play 1 ball from the tee box, and then drop 2 balls at the 100-yard marker and play in. But taking advantage of that time to almost practice on the course, because you're going to be, when you play alone, the pace of play still doesn't change on the golf course. So you want to take advantage of practice out there. The second question, and I am gonna have time for this. So anyway, Leilani, I hope that helps you out. You have permission to play alone. I got another question from a gal, Cindy. Cindy is in New Hampshire. She said, my drives are awesome and my putting is on point, but I have no success hitting a wood from the fairways, and it's just killing me on my par 5s. You're a golfer, you know that second shot, anything off the turf, especially I think when we go from wood to wood. So we're going from driver, where we're hitting it on the upswing. We have that free motion where the ground is not even in play, off the tee box, and now I've got to get out my 3-wood. So I'm on the grass. I've got to get down to the bottom of the ball. I would, speaking of that, Cindy, I would check your fundamentals, like your ball position. That's the first thing. And have somebody else tell you where your ball is in your stance, because sometimes we can't see that we came out of position. Make sure at the range you're practicing getting to the bottom of your swing. Another thing that you can do is, do you have a hybrid? Or making sure that if you don't have a wood, that you have a 3 hybrid, and it plays like an iron, but the results are great. I think they're a little bit easier to hit than a 3-wood. A lot of times we have to have significant club head speed even to get loft on a 3-wood. So I would give those suggestions. I hope that helps you, Cindy. I cannot believe that we are out of time. I want to thank our sponsors. First of all, thank Diane Mock, Dr. Jeff Poplarski. I want to thank our sponsors, the Golf Institute, Titleist, FootJoy, TaylorMade, Jay Lindenberg, Definitely Spine Care Technologies. You have put us on the air and you keep us on the air. Coming up next is Little Sticks with Justin Koff and Dan Frankel, and I will be back at 8:30 a.m. for Faults to Fixes. Have a great day on there on the links.
Thanks, Megan.